Alrighty. All right, we're out of the studio today. I'm welcomed into the House of Barons. I'm sitting next to who we got here. We got Josh and Mitch. How we doing, boys?
Good. How are you?
Great, brother. Great.
Hey, man, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me in here. Dude, this place is insane. I'm walking around here, and this is the coolest barbershop I've ever seen.
Thank you so much, brother. That means a lot to us.
Like, not even within Ottawa. Like, I'm from close to the GTA, and like you could see the history in here. It's amazing. The brick wall. I love the Christopher Walken signs. You got a Walken sign at the front. You got another picture up here. Like, I don't know. The vibe here is it's unbelievable. I love it.
Absolutely. I think it's a clear like depiction of like Ottawa, like all the different cultures and stuff like that. Like we've had people that are born and raised in Ottawa, and then you have a gentleman like me. I'm the general manager, and I'm from Brazil originally. Mitch is from Toronto. He has Filipino background. We've had gentlemen that are from Rwanda, gentlemen that are from Barbados. So I believe it really shows what Ottawa's all about. You know what I mean?
So let's kind of start with that. Actually, I'm not just here to interview you guys. I'm also here to get a haircut. I need to get fixed up. I got a mop on my head right now. It's been like this for a minute.
The COVID life.
Mitch, I need you to fix me up, brother.
Man, you know I got you. So, what are you thinking about doing for today?
I don't know, man. Like, I kind of just want you to like have your way with it. To be honest, I'm gonna trust you. Let you do your thing. Look at my head. Make me look good.
I got you, man. You know I got you. I'll get started.
That's like the best thing to do with a barber. That's like the same thing, the best thing to do with like a tattoo artist or like maybe a chef, you know what I mean? Let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Like when you let a barber or whatever, like if you, depending on what you got going on, but if you allow someone to be creative with whatever they do best, I think you're going to get a good outcome.
Like, you got to trust the craft. Like, they're doing this for a reason.
Absolutely.
You know? Like, Mitch, you're here for a reason, you know? So I'm just going to let you do your thing.
Yeah.
Is that too tight right there? Or is that all right?
That feels good. But I mentioned at the start the history of this place, so I kind of want to start with that. How, like, what is the history of this place? Give me the origins.
You want to hear like my story of it or Mitch's story of it?
Let's start with you.
With me, for me, I've been coming here since I was 12 years old. My bosses, they owned a salon that was here prior to this, so they've been collectively here for many years. So I started coming here when I was 12. I'm currently turning 28. So you see how it really turns like full circle and everything like that. I've been working for the company for like 6 years. So I guess like the whole history with House of Barons was to create an environment where men can feel like men again. But with that being said, it's evolved into a place where everyone can feel welcome. And it's a really cool place to be. I find it very magical. It has like this like, I don't even know how to describe it, man. You have to really come here to feel it. But a lot of clients tell me this, and a lot of barbers who work here tell me this, and it's a humbling feeling and experience.
Yeah. No, you hear that a lot when it comes to barbershops, like the environment that's within here, you know? So, like, where do you think that comes from? Like, why is the vibes in here, like, it just drives people to want to, like, have that sports talk at the barbershop, you know? Even, like, people get emotional with it, talk about their personal lives, you know? The best, like, social aspect, like, the best part of the barbershop is, like, the social aspect you get with it.
I agree.
So,
I think that starts from like the beginning of like barbershop history, and I'm not like the best guy to speak on it because I have so many friends that are really passionate about this, and they could like really like give you dates and like specific names and stuff like that, but that's always been like an essence of the barbershop, you know what I mean? Like a place where you can go make sure that you feel your best, look your best, but also a place where you could feel at home and talk about your issues, your positive things you got going on in your life. It doesn't always have to be about, you know, always about the negative things. Like there's a lot of positive things that we do in here as well. So people come in here and tell me, oh, I just got a new job or this, that, the third, you know what I mean? So there's a lot that goes on.
It feels like this place is kind of like very for the culture of Ottawa. I feel you get all types of people in and out of here, and it feels like everyone's kind of start within the city, even if they are like barbers, was here. Like, how do you feel about this place being a culture builder for the city of Ottawa?
I'm honored. Like, what an accomplishment, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, I can't say that was me. That comes from everyone that's been in this building, from clients to the owners, to the barbers, to myself, to the front desk guys, to the cleaners, to whatever, man. That's what makes this place special. It's not just one person, or you know what I mean?
You like worked your way up though, because you initially started
As a front desk guy.
and now you're GM. Like honestly, it's kind of rare to hear about that now, because that's the kind of thing you hear like with like my parents' generation is like start from the ground, work your way up. No one really wants to hear that these days. So like how did this come to be? Like what was that journey like to get to where you are now?
I was going through a lot, man. I was a young man. I was like, I don't know, maybe like 18, 19, around that age. And I was going through my own personal things in life, and I was going back to college. Like, I dropped out of high school, was going back to college, was figuring who I am and everything like that, going through my personal things. I just moved back from Montreal. I was living in Montreal for quite some time. I used to dance, so I was doing different things with my life, and I completely did like a 360.
Wow.
Yeah. And
you ever do shows here in the shop? Give people a little
oh,
dance
get
show?
down? No one wants to get down with me, man. I'll smoke them. They don't want to get down. This is you got served in here, son. Like, yeah. But so I came back to the city, and I was just trying to like change my lifestyle, and I came to these guys because like I said, I've known them since I was 12 years old. Like, they're family members. Frankie, Dominic, and also at the time there was another owner by the name of Jesse. And I've known all these guys for a long time, right? So I looked up to them and everything like that, and I was like, hey, man, I'm looking for an opportunity. Like, I didn't really care what I had to do at that time. I was humbling myself to figure out what my next step was. And I was in business school, so I was going to Algonquin at the time for business management, entrepreneurship.
Wow, just really trying to find your way.
Yeah, I was figuring myself out, and this place allowed me to do that. I'm still, like, it doesn't end, right? Like, you don't just figure yourself out like that. Like, it's for everything, for the rest of my life. But this chapter has been really important for me.
Wow. Yeah, so what kind of do you feel is the next chapter? Because we talked earlier, and you said that this place has been around since 2013, like 8-9 years now. But it still feels like you guys are just kind of getting started. Like, what do you mean by that?
It's always good to go back to your foundations, your basics, the things that got you to where you want to be or where you think you want to be. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, I talk to my guys every day. Like, these aren't just like my thoughts. So like, I bounce ideas off them. Like, hey man, like, what do you think we need to do? Like, do we need to give our clients rewards? Do we need to give back to our community? Do we need to do this? Do we need to do that? So I feel like we're going back to that right now with after COVID and everything like that. Because obviously right now everyone's so focused on making money and all this stuff, right? But as we've seen for a long time, and with COVID now, that anything can happen right away, right? Like, things can switch. So right now our focus is more on making sure that we're okay and that we're happy and that we're making other people happy too, right? The money will come as we do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So kind of like speaking on COVID, you know, there's this notion I've heard of recently. It's called the unlearning. You ever heard of that?
No, elaborate.
The unlearning. It's like what we already know at this point in time is actually hindering us from like growing and like hitting our full potential. So to hit our full potential, we have to kind of unlearn whatever we know, you know, walk our way back down the mountain to make it back to the top.
You always have to do that in life. Like, you can't always think that you're going to be at the top all the time. You know what I mean? I can't remember. I heard like a good quote before. Like, all the best climbers, like, they come down, right? They don't stay up there forever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so that's kind of like what I was thinking with COVID. It's like we had to kind of unlearn everything. Everything's new again. So we got to get back to the top. So what has it been like navigating your guys' way through COVID with the shop?
I could speak on it on my perspective, but Mitch could like say a little something on it too if you wanted to.
Oh, shit, I was. That's my bad. You know what? Like, honestly, man, it's been a tough time for everyone. You know, like I don't know of anyone that didn't have a tough time. You know, but you know, trying to make it back to the top, it's tough. You know, there's a lot of people who, you know, despite, you know, maybe getting the vaccine, this and that, you know, there's still a lot of people who are a little bit iffy with coming in because maybe they got people that they have at risk at home with them, right? So for them not to be coming, they could be the type of people that were coming every week,
This is
2
one of their
weeks.
favorite places to come. You
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean? Like this is where they unwind.
Every lunch break, they'd be here for their half an hour lineup, whatever cleanup or haircut, and then they go back to work. But yeah, like we still haven't seen a lot of our main dudes, coming in, for their bi-weekly haircuts. So it's tough, and they could either be going to another establishment, maybe somewhere closer. And by all means, there's enough people in the city for everyone to be happy, for everyone to be successful, right? So we're not going to stop anyone from being successful. It's such a tight-knit community that, regardless of whatever barbershop you work at, hey, man, we're always going to show love, right? So if we
don't support each other, who else will?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like for you, Mitch, you were kind of speaking on like that energy where people just come in here bi-weekly just to kind of shoot the shit, come on lunch, and missing that. Is that kind of what got you into this career path? Is that like that energy, or was it something else?
So my whole origin story of this place was my girlfriend at the time, now wife, she was from here. So, being from Scarborough, always had to do the whole Greyhound trip coming down here.
Oh, I know those too well, man.
And, trying to figure out a place, at 18, 19 years old, where am I going to get my hair cut? I remember waiting for her to finish school, walking down, Sussex, and I was like, okay, the door's open, walked in, decided to get a business card, just wanted to see what the vibe was looking like, right? And then I remember telling myself, damn, if I ever learn how to cut hair, this is where I want to work. I had no idea what I was, what
Wow.
any idea of wanting to cut. No idea.
So it was coming here that kind of drove you to that.
I guess so, but what really changed when I went back home was, at the time everything was starting to get really expensive. I remember my brother telling me, you need to have like some kind of side hustle, during this time, right? Like a 9 to 5 isn't going to cut it anymore. So you got to find that little side hustle that's going to get you, a little bit of cash here, a little bit of cash there, just to keep you happy, right? For your own spending, right? 9 to 5 is probably going to take care of all your bills, this and that, right? So I remember when he told me that, I was like, all right, let me learn how to cut your hair. And I remember him telling me, it's, it's okay if you mess up, just make sure you get better. The following day, I cut his hair. It took about an hour and 45 minutes or something like that. Watched a bunch of YouTube videos just to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
So you learned to cut hair through YouTube videos.
I learned how to cut through YouTube.
Jeez.
A lot of men's are like that. A lot of people learn that way, man. And they start in the basement. Mitch, where did you start first giving your first haircuts?
Kitchen.
Kitchen is a good spot to start.
I started in the kitchen, and I remember doing my brother's haircut for the first time, an hour and 45 minutes. That same day, his friend called him, and he's like, yo, I got a wedding that I'm gonna go to, like in the East End, but I just finished work, and obviously all the barbershops are closed at night, right? So, do you know of anyone that's learning how to cut hair, or even just cutting hair at the moment, that can give me a cut? And it was like, oh, my brother's learning, let me ask him if he wants to do it. Turned out it was just going to be like a simple bald fade buzz cut kind of thing. I was like, all right, you know what, I'll do it. He asked me, how much do you charge? I told him, bro, I'm just learning right now. You don't need, I'll do it for free. And he's like, no, I can't do that. How's 20? 20's cool? I was like, yeah, man, 20's cool. Did his haircut, turned out fine. Bro, the moment I touched that first $20 bill, man, it was a wrap for me. I just kept going with it and never looked back. I took pharmacy tech in school, finished it, and,
Educated barbers, son. Educated barbers.
Oh, my goodness.
Stay educated out here.
Man, I wake up every day happy. I don't dread coming to work, being with these guys and coming into this shop. There's some kind of magic in here that I can't explain. And, I'm still trying to search for what that magic is, and I still don't know. But one thing's for sure is that I'm always going to be here, man. And I love it here, bro. I love what I do. I'm way too happy right now. So
Wow.
having you here, being able to do this and you know, give you a haircut at the same time, bro, man, it's an honor.
Yeah, man, that's amazing to hear. I love that story, like start to finish, how you got your start. And speaking on, like you said, people would start, you know, their first cuts in a kitchen. This place used to be a kitchen, didn't it? Where we are right now?
Yeah, so like right in this corner was the kitchen of a sister's home, and we are standing in the chimney of their stone oven, which is pretty awesome.
Jeez, so yeah, we weren't lying when we said there's history in this place, man.
Ottawa culture.
Also, I heard like a little like fun fact about this place. The tiles are like deliberately off place or something like that.
You'd have to ask Mitch. Like, that's our boss's father that did that.
Yeah, so there's like a couple of pieces of the tile that were, I guess they came off, and they kind of made them offset. So that's kind of like, you know, their stamp of each of the owners in the shop. So it's kind of hard to see where they would be on the floor, but they're somewhere there.
I could find you a little piece.
Yeah, they're somewhere there. They're somewhere there.
How good of your guys' I guess you don't actually cut hair, Josh.
I don't focus on any hair cutting at all, man. I don't cut hair at all, period.
So I guess this is just for you, Mitch, but how good have your social skills gotten through cutting hair? Because it's like one of the, like whenever you go to, they always say like if you want to like vent, go to the barber. If you want to talk with someone, go to the barbershop. It's just, so how good have your social skills gotten since then?
I think through the pandemic, it's been, you know, we learned to make eye contact now. Because we have the face covering all the time. So being able to look face to face, you know, eye to eye to someone, you know, like a lot of people, sometimes they just look down on their phone and talking and stuff, right? Yeah. But being able to have that connection with someone and looking them straight into the eye, man, it feels a lot more, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Authentic. You know, like you're actually listening, right? Rather than just words, you know, coming out of your mouth and going through one ear, you know?
I think one big part of being a good communicator is also being a good listener, right? We have to listen to people's. It doesn't have to. I don't always want people to think like people come here to tell their problems. They tell us really good things too. But when it comes to problems or good things, whatever, being a good listener is a part of communicating as well, I believe.
Like actually that want to like be engaged. Like
yeah.
Actually giving a
like
shit.
I care. I give a shit. Like I'm not just, you know.
Yeah.
I actually give a shit about what you're talking about, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Organic.
You give a shit about this place and the employees too, man. Because I asked you like, hey, let's do this interview. You're like, I need my boy Mitch in here.
These are my brothers. They're my brothers. Like I spend more time with these guys than I do with my loved ones. You know what I mean? You can call my mom. You can call my girlfriend. You can be like, hey, is he ever home? No, I'm with these guys, working.
Actually, you want to tell him to come home right now?
Nah, they love me so much, and they see how much I care about this place that they let me do my thing. They're like, do what you're supposed to do.
That's love too, right there.
Yeah, bro. What? Because it allows me to make my mistakes too, you know?
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. Like, because like, where did that come from? Because it takes a while for people to have that growth to realize like, hey, you're like, hey, I can't just do this interview, me and you. I need my boy here for it. Because like you're saying, it's a team. Like, what humbled you along this journey to realize that it takes a village?
So many experiences through life from as a young boy to now. You know what I mean? I can't just relate it to like one specific incident or anything like that. But I think just the way I grew up, people who know me know that's how I roll. And I'll always be that way. I'm not going to change. Like, yeah, we can talk about House of Barons. And yeah, I can really like hype myself up and let you know what I do here, because I do a lot. But without you, without him, without whatever, the janitor, without anyone, I wouldn't be able to do this. You know what I mean? I'm a servant of my community. Like, I'm not not in it for myself. I can't. If I was in it for myself, I wouldn't even do this. Like,
no, facts.
For real.
I feel that. Because you speak on the community. That's kind of why we do what we do, too. It's because we want to explore the community, showcase what the community is about, and let's actually talk about that. How do you feel about the city of Ottawa, just in general? Like, I hear a lot of mixed ratings about Ottawa, if you will, especially being a newcomer.
I hate people who hate on Ottawa, bro. If you live here and you're hating on this city, sheesh, you need to leave, man, because this city is awesome. I'm not from here originally. I'm from Brazil. I moved here in like early 2000s. I love it here. I understand the the mixed feelings about it, the fact that we're a government city and all this, blah, blah, blah. But I love it here, bro. You know what I mean? Even if I have my mixed feelings about it, even where I'm like, oh, man, I wish I could go out a little bit later. I wish people had a different mentality about this or that. I still really love it here, man. I love everything about it.
What's the draw?
It's home. For me, it's home. Like, that's just speaking my reality. But
is it the people that make it feel like that?
Yeah, they play a factor, right? Like, without the people, it wouldn't be, you know? Like, I like going to different parts of the city and seeing different communities, you know what I mean? Like, I grew up in the West End. Like, you have a lot of Lebanese people. You have a lot of people from Ethiopia, from, you know, all different parts of the world. And that's what makes Ottawa so beautiful. I'm from Brazil, bro. Like, I'm from the Amazon. Like, I'm surprised I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing. I love being here. But, yeah, I understand why people are like, oh, it's boring. Oh, it's this. Like, hey, man, get involved.
Yeah.
Go meet some people.
Yeah. Like, what do you think the city needs for it to kind of hit that next step?
I think we need to support each other more. I think we need to give our resources to each other. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of old money here. Like, I'm ready to see that next generation step up. And there is. Look what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
I'm 28
facts.
years old, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I run one of the most popular barbershops in the city. You know what I mean? Like, so
How does that
there's
feel?
progress.
Like, just saying that. How does that feel?
I'm honored. I'm humbled. Like, it makes me want to cry. Like, once again, it hasn't just been me, bro. Like, it's been a lot of hard work from a lot of different people. So I can't just, like, you know, it's not all me. Like, there's no way we would have got here just with me.
One thing about the city I will say, I'm originally from Burlington, which is just outside of Toronto. Back in the GTA, it feels very, very cutthroat. Everyone's kind of like staying in your own lane. You know what I mean? Like, not really trying to help each other grow, like more so just do it on your own. Well, as when I came here and started this company in 2018, it was very welcoming. You know, like, everyone's like, hey, like, how can we help you out? How can we support? How can we help this grow? Because, like, everyone sees potential in everyone here.
I hear so much of that from people from all the, like, where they're from. You know what I mean? Whether they're from LA or whether they're from Montreal, whether they're from Vancouver. Like, I always see people move away, and it's either they'll flourish to the fullest, like, they'll love it, like, where they're at, and they'll really be accepted, or they'll be like, oh, I hate this place. But that's what I see most times is, like, that people, like, move away and have to, like I feel like that. I feel like I got to move away from Ottawa, you know what I mean? Like, and then that's not a good feeling. Like, I should be able to do everything that I want to do here, you know?
Yeah, because that's the one thing, too, is, like, people have, like, made it, there's, like, success stories from people in this city. They just go and leave after.
Absolutely, bro. We got Paul Anka. We got homie Shane Smith from Vice. Like, Ottawa's got so much talent. Like, come on now. Like, it's popping over here.
It's crazy, man. So, like, what makes you want to leave then? Like,
Shopify.
potentially?
I think it's like I'm going to the next chapter of my life. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in Ottawa for 20 plus years. I've done a lot here. I'm very proud of this place. I don't know if I'll, like, completely just detach myself from here. But I think I'm ready to try something new in my life. And it doesn't mean that I'm closing the door here. You know what I mean? Like, if I want to have business over here, or if my mom still lives here, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to completely leave Ottawa.
Right.
You know, I have property over here too. Like, I got things going on here. But I just think I'm ready for that next chapter once again. Like, if I can make that into a simple thing.
No, I hear you. I hear you. One thing we've been doing recently is these little pop-up podcasts. We'll hit the streets and we'll just set up our mics and just do, like, interviews with the people, just kind of get the people involved. I heard you guys do that too, but for haircuts, the pop-ups. Like, well, what's that like?
We've done so many different types. Mitch, you want to speak on some?
Actually, you know what's funny? Like, I wasn't able to be a part of some of them, but we did do a hair show up in Toronto. Forgot what the venue was called, but we had, like, our little House of Barons tent set up. We brought in our antique chair from 1890. I believe it's 1890.
Yeah, it's a beautiful chair.
Beautiful chair. And we did like a couple of demo haircuts, and chopped it up with, some of the best in the world, some of the best in Canada. So it was really, really awesome to see it from that light because, I always found that we kind of kept it a little bit low key, did more local stuff. But just to be on that stage for, how many hours we were there was definitely a great experience. I think in the past we've done a lot of stuff for like the mayor.
Yeah, we've done stuff with the mayor.
Yeah.
We've done stuff for the mission. We used to work with a company called a nonprofit organization. I'm trying to remember their name. What's the Rolling Bus?
The Rolling Barber?
The Rolling Barber.
The Rolling Barber.
Yeah. So they had like a school bus, and they would like pull up to, I guess, less fortunate areas and try to provide people who can't afford a haircut or need a haircut or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like they might go to the mission, whatever, and make sure that people have that as well. And it's really nice, man. You see, it changes people's perspective. It makes them feel good. Like their whole persona changes. You know what I mean? When you get a haircut. I don't know. I'm sure you could speak on that as a person who gets nice haircuts. You know what I mean?
I'm getting one right now, and I'm feeling reborn as we speak.
The Phoenix.
I'm turning into a new man. I haven't even seen it yet, but I
Nah,
feel it.
dude, you're about to fly.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, this is the first of many.
Yeah, Mitch is a special barber, man. Like, I met him when I first came here. Mitch, do you remember what I was wearing the first day I came in here?
All black with grills and glasses. Never forget, man.
So I came in here, and he was stressed out about a haircut, and he had a fedora on, and I think he had Detroit Red Wings on. I think that's what you were rocking with the jeans. And he was stressed out about a haircut because a client, like sometimes this happens in the industry, and a lot of people don't know about this. A lot of people come in and they don't know what type of haircut they want. You know what I mean? So what can happen is you'll give them a haircut, and the idea that they had in their head isn't really that. Yeah. And you might give them 2-3 haircuts in one. You know what I mean? And that was the situation with Mitch that day, and it was the end of his day, and he was pretty stressed out. And it was a funny situation to see him there and now, because now he's like my top barber. He represents us to the fullest. You know what I mean? He's a wall educator. Like, he's not just like your regular barber. He's really that dude.
Because that's the thing, too, like, there's more than just giving out a good haircut, too, that makes a good barber.
Absolutely, bro. Anyone could cut hair, like, but to be the full package, to be an entrepreneur, to be a person who can have good conversation, a person who can listen, man, it takes a lot more than just, like, cutting hair. You got to, like, in this shop, you got to sweep, you got to do towels, you got to answer the phone, you got to really, like, take care of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give them a drink, give them a coffee, give them a beer, whatever it may be at the time.
Does it feel weird to you, Josh, like being the GM of a barbershop and never cutting hair before? Or does it feel like...
It's so natural to me because I've always been in barbershops ever since I was a young boy. You know what I mean? So my dad brought me to a barbershop. So I think... I don't like saying I don't like hyping myself up, bro, but I also am very proud of myself and the work that I do. I think I am the perfect candidate to be in this position because of how much I love what I do and love this. Like, I love the chairs. I love the smell of the shop. I love the way it makes people feel. There's not one aspect, even the shitty parts of it, man. I love cleaning the toilet. I love, you know what I mean, being stressed out that my guys are late or whatever it may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, every aspect of it. I can't just love the good. I love the bad too.
That's how you really know you love it, man.
Yeah.
Like, cause like I can kind of relate to you on that because like I'm 23 years old. I just graduated. And I see like friends of mine that are now off, with their salary jobs after being like graduated. I'm out here like trying to start our own business. And sometimes I have those days where it's like, fuck, that salary job looks nice right now.
Yeah.
But, like in hindsight, when I think about it, those stressful days, like I eat them up like at the same time. Like I think about it, I'm like, there's nothing I'd rather be doing right now than this right here. You know what I mean? Like stressing out over someone, like you said, someone being late, something not happening right. It's all about adjusting to me.
How
know what
are
I mean?
you gonna react when that happens? You know what I mean? Like you could do the
Exactly.
positive or do the negative. Like that's on you, bro. Like
Yeah.
life is actually pretty simple. We just tend to overcomplicate it. You
Facts.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Life is simple. It's just, it's just all decision making, and you make mistakes growing up, but I feel like once you get to that certain age, that
Is it really a mistake? Like it depends. Once again, what you do with it. Do you learn from it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? And it's okay to also be like pissed about a situation sometimes too. You know what I mean? Like you know how people are always like, learn from all your mistakes. Learn from this.
Yeah.
Like yo, sometimes you don't want to learn, bro. Sometimes you just want to be pissed, and that's okay too. We're human.
sometimes you just gotta make that mistake too, knowing it's
Yeah.
a mistake.
Yeah, of course, and own up to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't own up to your own shit, like, you know what I mean?
And I mean, yeah, like kudos to people that are like able to work, 9 to 5, do your thing, salary. Like sometimes I wish I could just do that.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's kind of more to it. Like you said when you first walked in here, like you ended up working here now. Like it's just that vibe to it. And you just kind of like go to whatever is calling you, I feel like. And it's amazing to be in a spot like this where it's like-minded individuals like that. Like it feels at home right now because we all kind of have that same kind of wavelength, I feel like. And I feel like you guys draw that type of people through your clients as well.
We're lucky. We're very blessed.
No, it's amazing, man.
How do you
What-
feel about being here for the first time, man? Like, how do you feel meeting us,
Man, it
being not
feels-
from here?
Honestly, man, like one of the scariest things for people in a new town is finding that new barber.
Yeah, dog, it's a daunting task.
So, like, I've never gotten my hair cut in Ottawa, and I've been here since 2016.
Mm-hmm. And why is that?
Because I always go back home to get it because I'm scared.
Okay, and
But-
who are the homies back home? We gotta shout out the
My
homies
boy
right now.
Shamek.
Shamek, shout out to
Shamek's
Shamek.
my boy. He's actually
You're doing numbers, bro.
He's actually him and my uncle were friends growing up through high school. So
Hey.
it's like he's close to the family. Also, my
Even better.
grandfather, my nonno on my
Oh, you're
dad's side.
Italian.
I'm Italian.
Hey,
yeah.
let's
He
go.
Started a
We're an
salon.
Italian establishment here, bro.
Congrats on the win.
Yeah,
Thank
let's
you.
go Euro
Thank
Cup.
you. I had a huge-
Papa Americano.
Had a huge
fam.
role in that.
Yes.
But my nonno on my dad's side, he started a salon in Burlington.
Oh, nice,
And,
bro. That's dope.
So it's still going to
There's
this
a
day.
big history
So-
with the Italians in the barbershop. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like we can get into all of that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of different ethnicities and cultures have added to this beautiful craft that we do.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's crazy too, like, cause it is a huge cultural thing.
It
Like,
is.
it's
It
a
is.
huge cultural thing.
Huge. Italians look fresh all the time, man. Like in Italy, like the barbershops in Italy are super cool.
Yeah, I've never been.
I gotta experience it. Neither have I, but I stay in touch with people there because of Instagram. You know what I mean? Like we have
Word.
the technology, like
Yeah,
so it's cool.
yeah. I wish I would totally rock that like grease slick back hairstyle. If it wasn't
Dude,
so,
you were born to do such.
I hope they do like. I hope some director does a casting call in Ottawa for some like Goodfellas type movie.
You'd be the perfect
I'd love to be in a
candidate,
mafia
bro. I
type
think
movie.
you'd nah.
You guys Sopranos fans?
Oh, bro,
Did you see they're making the prequel movie?
stop.
Did see that.
You saw,
Like-
you didn't see that, Josh?
No, I didn't. No,
Bro,
I
they're
didn't.
making a prequel to Sopranos. It's called The Many Sons of Newark, I think, and it's coming out in the fall. And James Gandolfini, like Tony Soprano, his son in real life is playing Tony as a kid.
That's dope. That's so dope. Oh,
Bro.
I'm stoked. Dude, like I rewatched that with my girlfriend and then like it changed her life. It changed my life again. Like
Dog.
that's a classic.
I just finished it.
Nice.
For the first time, dog. It's unbelievable. But I'm glad they're doing the prequel in that manner because that's the way it's got to be done. It kind of reminded me of like the Straight Outta Compton movie, how Ice Cube's son played Ice
Yeah.
Cube. Like that's how you
Full
gotta do it.
circle.
Yeah,
That shit is dope. And he did a great job too.
yeah.
Yo,
No.
talking about Sopranos, I remember when Sopranos came out, dude. I think it used to be only on pay-per-view or was it
okay.
HBO?
Something like that.
And it would play on Sundays, and my dad wouldn't let me watch it, and I was so mad as like a young boy, like I was like 12 or 13. I was like, yo, he watches this show by himself. Like, what's going on? Like, why is dad watching it by himself? Now I get it. Now I'm like, oh shit. I'm glad they didn't let me watch that. But that was bro, that show's amazing.
Legendary,
Love it.
bro.
Should I go to jail if I said I never watched Sopranos?
No,
Probably.
No, you know what?
The look on his
I'm
face,
mad as
definitely.
hell right now. I'm mad as hell.
There's always time, man.
And I was
There's
just
always
way
time.
too busy watching Goosebumps and like Are You Afraid of the Dark when I was young. So
Mitch is watching Love Island right
Oh,
now,
man,
bro.
I
stop this, man.
I get a lot of hate because I say never like I don't like Star Wars, so I don't know if that's gonna like upset.
Nah, I'm not a crazy Star Wars fan, but we got like, yo, you see the helmet in the shot, bro.
I
Like
saw
we
that.
got like, yeah.
I saw.
I'll
that.
put it on, like.
But we are huge Lord of the Rings
Yo,
fans.
I'm a crazy
Oh,
Lord of
bro,
the Rings
I can't
dude.
get behind that.
No, you can't. It's
I watched
all
the
good.
first one, and it was like 3 hours, and I was like, bro, I can't watch 2 more.
You didn't watch it when it came out, though, eh?
No, I just saw it like.
That makes sense.
during-
Of like your age, like it makes sense, like why you didn't watch Lord of the Rings. Like our shit, that was like culture for us. I
feel
remember
like
that
It
shit.
was like a whole movement.
It's like watching Harry Potter. Like, but you probably watched Harry Potter, right?
Dog, only the first.
Not
2.
even. See, it makes sense
Yeah.
because of your age, bro. And
Yeah.
it's not even like I'm not gonna hate on you on that. Like it doesn't even make sense. Like I didn't fucking watch what's it called? Like what's some old ass movie? Like a classic
Gilligan's
old movie.
Island or
Exactly. I didn't watch. Mission. Hey man. Like maybe I seen what's it called? Jason Bourne. But like nah,
Weird.
for real. Like I didn't. I'm not gonna be mad at you for not watching those movies. Like I'm trying to think. Like what's more? Did you watch Avatar?
Yeah, I've seen Avatar. I don't know, like my type of shipper, like my top 2 favorite movies of all time are Goodfellas and Fight Club.
Nice.
Like,
Classics.
Because those are 2 movies that you can keep watching. Every time you watch it, they get better.
You ever seen that movie with Daniel Craig? What is it? Layer Cake? That's an
Daniel
ill movie.
Craig.
Yeah.
An old one. Though.
Oh, bro, that's like one of my favorite movies. He has a line where he's like, I just so happened, or what is it? He's like, fuck, what is it? I'm an entrepreneur who sells like cocaine or some shit like that. It was like the coolest, smoothest thing I ever heard in my life. Like I was like,
Coolest
oh
thing ever,
shit,
man.
man, this guy's too cool in this movie. I think that's like the first time Daniel Craig's ever, or if he's ever done like, has he ever done like another like bad guy type thing? He's not a bad
Yo,
guy,
the
but
name's
he's a
familiar,
drug
but
dealer.
I have no idea. Like, I
Oh,
can't
dude, you
visualize.
gotta watch it. Layer Cake is fucking dope. One of the great ones for sure.
Jeez, man, how long you been doing this? How long you been doing this for?
Cutting hair?
Yeah.
Oh, since 2013.
Okay.
2013. So, still a baby in the game. You know, a lot of things constantly changing. A lot of new hairstyles, this and that, right? And obviously, you gotta stay on top of your game because like the young generation is starting to come up, starting early, like 13, 14 years old. You know, cutting hair. So they definitely keep us sharp. I definitely want to get to the level where I can say, I've been doing this for 25, 30 years. Like that would be.
We have an
goal, a
OG
big-
in our barbershop that's
Yeah,
been
so
doing it
one
for
of the-
30
one of
years,
our-
bro. Like it's
yeah.
not a game.
Yeah.
Tell him about it, Mitch.
Yeah, man. He's in his 40s, been cutting hair all over the place. For such a long time. And I remember there was one day that he came in, and he said, "Yo, Mitch, you see this guy right here? I've been cutting 3 generations of his family." And the dude's 40 something. Like that's crazy, bro. I wish I could get to that.
Shout out to Terrence.
Shout out to Terrence the barber, bro.
That is awesome, bro. That's the shit I want to hear about more
30
often.
years, man. Like that's crazy.
What do you think like the evolution of a barber is? Like, is there much room to like grow? Do you like how do you feel you grow like creatively as a barber?
Hey, man. I guess you kind of change with the styles. But I find that one of the biggest things about being a barber is you got to be true to yourself. You got to stay who you are, right? And as long as you're true to yourself, man, it's going to take you a long way. Sometimes people don't even come here because the haircut is good. They just want to be in the shop because the environment is nice, the atmosphere is dope, great conversations all around, right? And when it turns out that the haircut is nice, that's just the bonus. So one of the things, coming here and working here was it's more than just the cut. That's one of like the mottos that we follow here. And the more and more that you come here, sometimes you'll find yourself strolling, come in here, stay here for 2 hours for no reason, just walking around. Standing, it's like, yo, what's up, man? It's like, good to see you. Having conversations with everyone, and you had no business. You had no haircut, no appointment, nothing.
No. It's like
And
being in New York in here. You got dudes yelling, ooh, ooh. What it do?
Did you guys we're talking about movies. Did you guys see that new Disney movie Soul? You guys seen that?
I didn't watch Soul,
Trumpet
bro.
player,
I didn't
saxophone
watch
player?
it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
I
it.
did
I'm
not
so
see
lame
it.
for not
Okay.
watching it, bro.
But since it's a Disney movie and I didn't watch it, it's probably sad.
Yeah.
You know,
I heard mixed reviews,
whenever
bro.
It's like some kind of music, like what's that? Was that Rio? Was it Rio?
yeah.
That's
one where-
the Brazilian one.
He
They're
was
in
like he was dead or something like that. And then-
Damn, I didn't watch Rio either.
I think that's the one.
That's about birds, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I bring it up because there's a scene in that movie in the barbershop, and it's actually quite like it's kind of like it's like the turning point in the movie.
That was like on Instagram and stuff, and like it was making noise because it was like.
I'm surprised
iconic.
I didn't watch it, bro. Like I was really like, oh, I gotta go do my homework because everyone's like in the games watching it, right, and like putting it, like blasting
you
it.
gotta watch it just
Absolutely
for,
for the
scene.
culture, for sure.
Cause yeah, like that part of the movie, I don't want to give anything away, even to listeners right now that haven't seen it. You know, people get mad with the spoiler alerts, but no, like that was really like he was at a crossroads at that point, and like I feel like when he walked out of the barbershop, he was actually a new man after, and it was like a completely.
That's
turning
heavy,
point.
dude.
Yeah,
That's so heavy. Like the fact that we have the ability to even contribute to that, I believe that comes from the self. But if we're a part of that, wow, that's humbling. Bro, the power to do that? What? That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I've seen people literally like cry, bro. I've seen people jump up. I've seen people smile. Like it's crazy what a haircut can do for a person.
What's like your favorite like memory so far?
Here?
Yeah.
Damn.
There's
If you,
too many.
or even like a top three.
You know,
I got
like,
funny ones.
Yeah,
I
like
got
you know,
funny
obviously
ones.
there's like very specific moments that you know we can easily say, oh yeah, that was like top 2, top 5, whatever. But I think one of the craziest things for me is that you know we give haircuts regardless if it's for a good reason or a bad reason. We've cut people's hair for funerals. We've cut people's hair for weddings, right? So like that contrast right there is crazy. But you know the fact that people can come here and still feel, you know, comfortable. You know, they're comfortable to talk about what they're going through, or comfortable to just, you know, just chop it up with everyone, bro. Like that right there is like the best moment for us. You know, where the moment that they sit in the chair, nothing matters. You know, everything is left right outside the door. Whether you're going through a divorce, whether you're going for a funeral, right? None of that is brought in the chair, and it's just like a clean slate. You know, simple. Yo, how's it going, man? How you doing? You know, how's work? This and that, right? Like just simple conversation, and that goes a long way. Because sometimes, you know, people just want to talk and then have someone listen. You know, we'll never know if, you know, they're alone.
But let's say there's a situation like this. Let's say there's a moment where a dude really needs to cry, because you know what I mean. Like I think from time to time men need to cry, bro. And if you need us to close the shop and for us to go in the back and cry a little bit, I'm willing to do that too. You know what I mean? Like I'm not too manly for that. Nah, I'm willing to.
It's like a family when you walk in.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Was that hard to build, like that kind of atmosphere?
The blueprint? No, the blueprint was set up for us to do this. For me, at least. I'm only speaking on what I do in my reality. You know what I mean? Like, but I believe the blueprint was already set up like that. They had that family aspect to it when we got here. When we were talking about, we have. It's all good, bro.
it's part of the vibes,
Yeah,
man.
of course.
People
Yeah,
listen.
I have to yell over the fucking the blow dryer. That's real life in here. But going to back to our owners. Our owners are Italian. You know how big family is, bro. Miss a dinner, miss a lunch. I'm Brazilian. I know how serious family is. You know what I mean? So that culture is ingrained here. That's not something we take lightly. Yeah.
No, man, that, like you said, like I feel you, man. Like that family vibes, it's real, and I don't know, like I wonder if like when you said the word blueprints, like what does that mean? Like what do you mean by that?
The blueprint to here, like,
yeah.
Okay, let me try and break that down. So when House of Barons first started, it was a walk-in only shop. walk-ins, like only, not appointment based, was a thing like back in the days. You know what I mean? That's like an older generation thing. So they created an environment where people would wait for 2, 3, 4 hours for a haircut. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
So that's going into the blueprint of like how to do things. You know what I mean? We switched it over to appointments. I don't remember when. When was it, Mitch?
Probably like 3, 4, maybe even 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
All I remember is that I would come from Toronto trying to get a haircut because this is the only place I want to get a haircut. Not even get one.
You'll wait, bro. And you might not get one.
Because it's a 2-hour wait for walk-ins. It's crazy. Like, we would have people skateboarding outside, you know? We would have, like, music playing outside. The whole back section is going to be packed. Like, it's crazy.
Smoking cigarettes, you know. We were kind of seen as, like, the vagabonds on the street, you know what I mean? Like, as, like, the black sheep. It was tough at first, man. Creating this culture is not easy. Like, it wasn't just, like, butterflies and rainbows, you know what I mean? Like, it was really it's been a lot of different people here and a lot of different stories, a lot of backgrounds, you know what I mean? So it makes it a real, that going back to that magical thing that we have going on here. Like, it's really cool,
had
bro.
to gain the respect of the
You gotta, this is not a easy shop to get your stripes per se.
No.
Like, you really got to put in the
was
work.
cutthroat. I remember when I first walked in here getting a haircut, man, I was so intimidated, like being like a 5'4", 5'5", like Filipino kid coming from Scarborough.
Dude, we got dudes
Cutting-
from jail. We got
Yeah,
dudes
yeah.
from hey, this is a real barbershop. This
Yeah,
isn't
man.
no like, this isn't I don't know, bro. I think this is the best once again depiction of a barbershop, like the best
All ways of life, you name it.
Oh, absolutely.
All ways of
Doesn't
life.
matter where you're from, who you are, you know what I mean? You show each other respect and common basic things that we were talking about that we had to go back to. A simple thing. I'm not a religious person at all, but treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Simple
Golden
little
rule.
things, bro.
Yeah.
Simple values, things that I learned from my grandmother. Look
Yeah.
both ways when you walk across the street. You know what I mean? Like,
Step on a crack, you break your mother's back. You know.
say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple rules, you know? Just simple rules like
Simple,
that.
man.
Oh man, I gotta get my glasses on so I'm not blind right now. I gotta see how this looks. Jeez,
So kept it on the longer side.
Mitch, my guy.
Right? But just tapered off the back, tapered off the side.
Oh, that looks
Kept everything
beautiful,
as natural
man.
as possible.
Yo, listeners, go check out the video. You gotta see how fresh I'm looking right now.
How's that, homie?
Wow, this is amazing, man.
The camera can't even tell you how fresh
Yo,
it is,
this is-
son. You have to come here and experience it
This is
yourself.
clean,
Yeah, a lot
man.
of hair, bro.
I get that a lot.
Kidding, bro.
I get that a lot, bro. It's those
Yeah.
Italian locks,
You got the
bro.
thick, beautiful hair, son.
All right, man. Before we go, I want to hear a funny story from the shop.
Oh, funny story. Damn,
Yeah.
we got way
Oh,
too many,
okay,
bro. We
hold
got
on.
wild.
Let me
Like,
think about this.
and like the thing over here is like, we don't expose too much stories because like what happens in the barbershop stays in the barbershop.
I'll
That's like a
respect
real
that.
thing. But I'll say, actually, I don't know what to say because I don't know
There's
if
too
people will
many.
cancel us because of our wild stories.
Like, we can literally pick a spot of the shop to stand in, and there was something funny that happened
absolutely.
there. There's just
every
so much.
every single thing.
Like, we've always thought, like, if we were to film this place as like a reality TV,
We almost did have a reality TV show on MTV, but unfortunately,
Shut up.
yeah, unfortunately, the gentleman who was going to record it passed away, right, Mitch?
Oh, wow.
It was
Yeah,
something
yeah,
of that
that's
nature,
right.
yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. It was really sad. Like, that's what we were going to do. Our bosses actually shot a few videos and stuff. It's online. Like, people can catch it. Like, if you go search for House of Barons, like, it's
Right,
on
right,
Vimeo or some website that people,
Right.
yeah.
All right. I'll respect the rules though. If you don't want to expose them.
No, I'll say, I'll say,
I'm sure there's one.
what's
I'm sure
one,
there's
bro?
Something. I'm
I'm trying to think of a good one. Okay, I'll say this one, and hopefully people don't get mad at us. I think it's funny. So there was a kid who was getting a haircut, and he was given a lot of trouble.
Oh my goodness! This is the perfect
do you
one.
think it's
This is-
okay?
This
Like
is
it's
the
okay to
perfect
say?
one. Well, like, it could be anyone. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. So kids coming in for the first time when they're young can be really hard, bro. Like, it's trusting people at that age is difficult. You're meeting a bunch of different people and stuff, and you're getting your first haircut. You hear scissors, you hear the clippers. It's scary.
Okay.
Some are just super cool. Kids are like, some of the kids that come in, they're like, give me a skin fade, fam. I'm ready to go. Like, you know, but this kid in particular was really scared, and he started crying, and he wouldn't stop crying. Dad tried to sit with him, everything. And
meanwhile, this was like a Saturday, and it was
We're
a full
busy.
shop. So we
We're
had like
busy,
5
bro.
barbers going, and everyone had someone in the chair.
Yeah. And Pops was had enough, and he just wanted the crying to stop. So he picked up his kid, lifted him upside down.
His hair's dangling.
He said, cut it quick. And one of the barbers just...
Snip. That was it.
Done.
And let me pay for the cut.
Next.
Get out of here.
Like that shit
No
was...
way.
That shit was
I'm
so
not
funny.
too sure if they held him over the garbage, but...
It was right here. It was right here. I
yeah.
think they just flipped him upside down.
Dude.
And it was just like this.
Like, we're all just cutting,
And he
you
stopped
know?
crying. He stopped crying because obviously he's upside down. The kid's like, oh my
the
God,
hell
I'm
is
upside
happening?
down. Like,
Like, we're all just cutting, you know, having conversation. Ha, 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 laugh, laugh, laugh. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, that's all we see. And then, we're all looking like,
yo,
what
is
just
this
happened?
okay? Like, but it was funny, and it got the job done, and the kid was fine. Everyone was fine. That was hella funny.
That's
like,
hilarious. Does
that's
the kid
so
still
fun.
pull up here?
I don't like the fact that we see so many people, bro. Like, I can't even tell you based off that kid. I have a lot of regulars, and I remember a lot of my clients' names and stuff like that. But we also see like almost like when we're bumping, we see 50 to 100 people a day.
Shit.
So
Wow.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. Like when we're going, like for real, when things were normal and we have 7 barbers going,
Yeah.
cutting 15 to 20 heads each, we get pretty busy.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Well, man, this was an experience. Thank you guys for this. This is amazing. Everyone listening, watching, you got to come to House of Barons, man. Check this space out. This is the Barbershop. There's nowhere else to go in Ottawa but here. I'm going to come here now. This
Thank
is
you,
the
man.
spot.
Man,
Thank you,
awesome.
man.
It's great to have you guys here. Love
Hey,
it,
man.
Yeah.
I got to come back. We got to do another video. Like,
Absolutely. And yo, you saying this is the only spot? No, there's hella spots in the city. I love all my barbershops in the city. A lot of people, like, for a long time had like animosity towards each other in our
Really?
industry. Yeah, like
So what's the
these are
community
things
like
you can
now?
talk about it, like that are cool about our industry. I feel like I'm the type of guy who just goes to every shop, and I'm gonna be your friend regardless.
Okay.
If you like it or not, like this,
Word.
we're not on some gangster ish when
Yeah,
it comes
yeah.
to the barbershop. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's all about love and
Okay,
stuff
cool.
like that. So
shout some out.
Crow's Nest. Shout out to
Sunday,
the
Rowan and
Sunday Rowan,
Gray Whale.
the Gray Whale,
Real Studio.
Real Studio all day. Jose.
Jose, yeah.
A lot of these guys are like original Barons too. You know what I mean? Like a lot of
Capital-
cats start here.
Capital
Capital Barbershop. Depp. Is it Depp?
Depp.
Shout out to Depp.
The OG Jeff.
Jeff. Let's
Jeff
go
Hughes,
all
man,
day.
All day.
Who else?
Silver Fox. Just up the
Silver
street.
Fox up the street.
Yeah, man.
I'll go all day. Khalil's Barbershop. Let's go in the West End. Fresh Barbershop. Let's go to shops that I grew up going to. You got Fresh. You got Johnny Razors. Bro, we could go for days.
Jeez.
I really love this shit. Ebony and Ivory.
Ebony and Ivory, that
Let's
was
go. Let's go. Mic drop. Mic drop. We know every shop in the city. It's love.
Shout out to Illy Clips.
Shout out to Illy. Illy's
Yeah.
one of the best barbers in the city.
Damn. All right. Cool. No, I love that, man. I like how it's an actual community too. Like everyone like is out here for each other. That's
It's
dope.
necessary. And if we don't do it for ourselves, once again, no one else will. So
Mm-hmm.
we got to support each other.
All right, man. Well, you gotta check it out and all the other places. My bad. We gotta do a tour. We gotta
Come
hit
here
all
first,
of them
though.
up.
Come here first, son. We doing it big.
That's what it is.
Oh man, this was a pleasure, man. I appreciate you guys for letting us do this, man. We gotta kick it again sometime soon.
Yes, man.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Peace, dudes.
My man.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Yes, sir.